Hi everyone, this is Corey here, and this is the next episode of Let's Make a Game. For the people who don't know me, I'm a software developer, worked large projects in my life, large complex projects for blue chip companies here in the UK in the last 20 years, and also among those some games. And also I'm creating my games on as well, my own games. The first one was Multiplication Mayhem, released last year, and now I'm working on another one called Venusville, which is a city builder. And today I will work on robot related stuff in the game. And then in the meantime, you can ask questions, or if you, and I also tell probably some stories. So let me show you a little bit about the game. I have this.
Hello, Commander.
Oh,
Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno. Shall we begin?
So you can build stuff. I will skip the tutorial. And now I have robots. I actually turned off all the colonists at the moment because I'm testing and working on make sure all the robots work correctly. There is a lot of animations for the robots are missing, so they are not walking yet and not doing anything, just looking around. Not like the colonists who are already have the animations in. But I can create this stuff. And then what I want to add today is well, a couple of things. One of them is fine-tuning the AI of it, and also I will work on the repair pod. Well, it's not really done because I just created the model, but there is no animations or event textures on it. Well, I can still add it to the game. It's just so you can see I can build various things, and then I can build machines so the robots can work on them. I can create, let's demolish this one, the landing pod. I can get some storage pods. And then what I was talking about, I have this kind of charging pods where the robots can recharge themselves. You see, I don't have animations for the robots yet. We could do that actually. Well, I try to show more programming stuff than others, but we will see. So they just stopped there because, oh yeah, so I want to check. I don't think those robots has all the behaviors on the behavior tree, so that's one of the things what I wanted to fix. There's a couple of small things. Okay, let's get to it. Oh, the another thing what I'm doing is I created a so my daughter, she's 10. She told me she want to learn game programming. She did play around a little bit with the Scratch, or what's that called? And of course, we looked into doing stuff in Roadblocks, but Roadblocks you need to code. And so I upgraded her, and I said, okay, let's learn Unity. And in Unity, because writing code would be a little bit maybe too much to ask. from a 10 years old. So we learned visual scripting as well. So it's I made a little course for her. We start with like a button pusher little game where you just change colors, pushing buttons, but learn about the interactions and how to connect things. And that went well. And then the plan is to do the Pong game, and then a breakout game, and then after that a platformer, a basic simple platformer with her, and then she's really into multiplayer stuff, so we will do like Mortal Kombat like fighting game. Of course, not just a cute version of it. And after that, I think we will do something with her own idea. Something like that. She also was interested in doing animations, so maybe there will be a separate section on how to do animations with Unity. All right, so I have the no, I don't have yet. Oh no, these are not the furnitures. These are the robot charger is here. So, well, I look like I will give a. You will not see it because it's just behind me, but I can open it up. So that's the charger, the robot charger. And I also want to do a robot repair pod, which I've started to add to the game. If I turn that on. Well, let's make a let me start to add that to the game, even if it's don't have the right stuff on it, like textures and animations and things. So robo charger. Oh no, we have a charger as a repair. And I make sure this is resetted. And then drop this in. And that one should be resetted as well. And now let's make a prefab from that. And then I can put all the things on it and make this buildable. I can see. The reason is because Unity is still thinking. So, hi viewer, welcome to the channel. So I add the repair pod, and it's turned off. That's why. Okay, it don't have yet all the textures, just a basic texture. But this thing has a armature, so I'm able to move. Well, the inverse kinematics not want to work on it at the moment, but we will fix that later. So this will be like a repair arm, which can repair the different robots who are coming to with needs of repairs, right? Okay, and then there's a hand part. So, and then also probably I have to rotate. Oh, that will be interesting. Okay, I may have a problem with this because the positioning. Yeah, I have to break this out to a separate file. I already see that when I created in Blender. It's have to have its own file. Otherwise, I have a lot of issues of the offsetting them. So I will do that. But first, let's just add this to the game in. Okay, quickly, because I can break it out and then I can do it properly. So I pull up Blender and I will pull this over. Open. All right. Okay, so because I have two of them, I actually want to do them separately, the two objects. So what I will do, the robot repair will stay with just the pod, and then I break out, like save as, and I will do robot repair arm as a separate Blender file. And then I can export that as well. Okay, and now we are in the arm, so I can actually delete the... Is that the mirror on it? No. Okay. So I don't need this. I have a cylinder just to be in the middle, and then I don't need the charger pod. So it's all over, all about this if I go to pose mode. So here I have my excellent little so I can properly move it around, and then you can do the repairing on the robot, and then probably the default position should be like something like that. So if I turn off the armature, you can probably see it better. No, that's the idea. Okay, my only problem is why the armature is actually, why the cylinder is inside of the armature. I never figured it out. I did something wrong when I created this. I'm not that expert on Blender. Okay, but I leave it in normal position. And then let's just do very quickly, I make sure that it has some colors, basic colors on it, just in a few seconds. Okay, so the base part. I mean, yeah, that's completely. Yeah, this is wrong because it's inside of that, and I can make the armature hidden like that. I've made this. Okay, I will not fix that right now, but I still can make. I think I parented it in the wrong way around when I did the parenting. Okay. Well, let's get back to it because it's probably me doing this with okay, so I want to do the, I think this was a cylinder. Okay. Let me see. I think that part is the base. One more. Okay, let's call that. Call it base. And it should be something a bit metallic. Gray. And so. And then maybe and then the same. I will make the whole thing the same color for now, and then I just make some of the edges. So I assign that. I really want to turn off the armature visually because I can't see because it. I may do this later because it. Okay, I just want to make sure these areas are and just darkening this and then another one, and then I move on. Okay. So let's assign there to a new one called joint, and then let's put that like close to black for now. Oh, what did I do? What's that? Okay. Things happens, but they never happen. Assign. I will delete that another one. And let's assign that here too, and then just one more, and then it's fine for now. And the rest is just stays the basic. Just I wanted to put a little basic color on it. because this one I may have to redo the whole rigging on it. Looks like. So little, I have the 3 colors on it, fine. It's not that boring. And I will do this properly later, but I didn't want to really do this on the while I'm streaming. Okay, so now, oh yeah, I have to delete the arm from the another file. So it's a separate object because I want to put multiple of them on it, and without the issue of open recent, and from here we so it's only the pod. So now if I go back to here, now I only have the pod. Ooh, what happened with it? Why is all rotated? Fun stuff. No, this is correct. Okay, so it didn't go wrong here, it's just wrong here. Yeah, the whole thing is somehow have a rotation on it. And then this one. Oh, that's fun. Okay, there is no rotation here, there is no rotation here, and then it's rotated. Cool. Re-import it, please. Okay, let's check the model. Now this is a good tutorial how to fix when this happens. Okay. Don't import animations or constraints, and no. Oh, wrong one. Good. So none. Apply. Why is this rotated? After I remove the object from it. Blend ships. Okay, let's try to re-import it. Okay. Something messed up with that file. So I will save it a different name, and also I export it to a FBX, and then see if that one. Okay, file, save us. because I think deleting from it things, and especially because it was armature cost problem. So I call it this as a pod. We save it that way, and then I export it to FBX. Okay, one of the two should work, because this one is aligned properly here. Okay, so now, where is my... No, all of them is rotated. All of them is rotated like that. I think Unity messed it up. And not even like... it's a Blender, and then it's the FBX. Okay. Oh, no. It's actually correct now. Okay, maybe I just have to drop it in again. I tried the Blender one. Yeah, works. Okay. So, had to kind of pull it in. I just have to lift it up to 0.35 up, because you could see it was cutting into the... it's maybe a little bit too high now. Hard to tell actually in Unity if this is... Where is this actually located relative to the floor? But my floor is higher. It's not at 0 in the platforms. The platform floor. Okay, so I have the pod in, and then now we have a separate arm. So I put in the arm, and that really kind of helped. So if I move that there, and I lift it up as well to 35, which is too much to it, which is interesting. Okay, then we use I for it at the moment, and that good in this we can actually duplicate it, and I'll have a second one. And now if I... Oh wait, before I duplicate it, let me pause it. So if I rotate this, then I can take the whole thing, and now I can rotate it in. And if I duplicate the arm now, and I move it in global, global space, but don't jump like that. Magnet is on. Okay. And then rotate it to there. Then I have a repair arms, and maybe I can move them a little bit closer as well. I could actually add 2 more. Let me know in the chat if I should add more than 2. Okay, so this is the basic concept of my robot repair pod. And okay, so we can start to add it to the game. The first thing what I have to do is go back to Blender and make a wireframe of this. Both of the two items there. And then use that wireframe, and then we can add that to the mouse controller. So it's able to generate these or we can able to move it to the right place with the mouse. Okay, so back to Blender. Last time. I promise. And then open the pod and then select it at the modifier called wireframe. And now it's a wireframe. And then I just go to shading and add the new I have to go to edit mode. I'm in the edit mode. And then just add the new called wireframe. And then it's white, and then we set the white and then 10 kind of emission. And then I can remove that completely. And now we have a white kind of wireframe what we can place down. So let's save it as frame. Yes, and then I open the arm. And I do the same thing with it, really. I call it wireframe. Emission 10. And then add the modifier, which is wireframe. And I still want to be able to pose it. Well, I could bake that in later, but to optimize it a bit. But okay. No. I saved over the right one. So yeah, always I start with save as frame. Okay, and then we do this again. That was a okay. So it should stay like this, not become a wireframe. Good. Okay. And then if I go to my prefabs, here, robo repair, and I have to add the another one, which is the robo repair. Okay, I don't need this here. Repair in construction. So that's the in construction one. I still have to reset it, and then I can put the models in. because I need both the pod and the arms. Okay, and then I put one arm in as well, and then I pull this to make a prefab from it. Okay, that's the wrong file, wrong model, because I need the wireframe version. Ah, that's the one. Okay. And then just position the arm to the right place. Oh, before I duplicate it, let's pause it. I have inverse kinematics set it up, but I had some trouble to make that work in Unity at the moment. Still have to look into that. Okay, and maybe that's too much. Which would be a lot easier if I have the inverse kinematics on, but when I'm animating, I will animate it in a way. Yeah. That should be 45, I guess. Okay. I didn't do that nice on the another one, so I may do on the real one. Okay. Okay, and it should be minus 45. No. Around there. Oh, okay, 90. So that's the repair pod wireframe, and then let's make that a prefab. Oh, I already made. Then I can just delete this one. And then let's make sure these ones actually align properly. So arm 1. Minus 45. And then I just delete and then duplicate. And then I just change the position X to positive. And then this one to, it should be that. Oh, okay. So that's the repair pod. I will make a nice repair logo on it as well. So it looks better. I don't do the arms today because I think I have to alter a little bit the model there because the parent, something is wrong with that. But I could do the pod. Okay. Before that, because we have the nice wireframe now in construction and the normal robo repair, and I think I will put a space there. Good. Okay, so let's add this to the mouse manager. The furniture. I call these the interior structures furniture because interior structures is too long. So I have the charger pod here. The same way I add the new. And I call this repair pod. And then I will yeah, because I want to get the same layout, so I will the reason I'm not using the prefab there, because this prefab will have a lot of extra on it, like construction, how to build it, maybe later on animations and things like that. Well, I don't want that when I just want to place it with the mouse. So I just want the model there. I will see if that's the right height and things like that. Okay, so, and then I have to, I think I already created the scriptable object here for, there should be one with the charger pod. Is there one for the, I didn't create then repair. No, there is. I know I did. Okay. So those are the different things, modes, what you can build modes. So, and then the file, it shouldn't be the charger pod, but it's the repair pod. So now I will able to not build yet, but I will able to select the pod. I already created the icon for it previously. So firstly, I need to quickly build a power.
Hello, Commander.
And turn
Welcome
off the
to
audio.
Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather.
Thank you. So I will not build everything. I just quickly build some domes, and then inside the dome I can build the machine or the charger pod. So if I go back, now I reorganize these. So I have like construction, this is storage, and then human related stuff like food and water and sleeping, and then robot related stuff, which is the moment the charger pod and robot happiness, really. So the charger pod I already have, but now I will have this, you see, it's there, but I think there is a height problem when I trying to stick it. I will check that in a second. Okay. Yeah, I think I just have to elevate it. So works, I can grab it and then I can move it. So the next bit is actually the building placement. I think I have to take the whole thing up. Okay, let's put the order on 0.2 and then let's see if that's helped on positioning. And then I can do the placement part.
Hello, Commander. Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus.
And remind me to turn that off. I will actually just...
Shall we begin?
And the robots are double as quick, or at least the wheeled ones, than the humans would be. Even like that, I speeded it up. Okay, so the charger pod, and then it's still, when it sticks, it goes low. Oh, and I can't even click it because I did not add this to the clicker. Why would... Okay, Is that still too low? Okay, let's try 35, which is the normal level. I think 35 would be working. And then let's make it clickable. I don't even do the power, I just build the...
Hello, Commander. Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno. Shall we begin?
Yeah, no power, but that's fine. Better. But it's still too down. Which is unusual. And it's rotated wrong. I think. Yeah, it's definitely rotated wrong. Okay. Well, like that I can't. Okay, so what I do, I put back to 0 because I don't want to handle this one by one. I create a robo repair holder. And I set this 0.4 and I take all this in. Oh, of course, that was a wrong idea. So it's 0 first. I put them in. And then I put them 0.4. And then that probably should be fine. Oh wait, because I keep forgetting to stop them. Audio. So let's take down the talking for now. Something is not right with the positioning of that.
Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno. Shall we begin?
And then the repair robot, construction robot will come. One more. No, it's coming. And I put some animation on that already. Just a bit too short. I actually have to. These guys don't have walk animation yet. I do that today, probably afternoon. So that's fine, right? And then this one is finally okay. Okay, so 0.4, but it's rotated the wrong way. So I have to rotate the whole thing. Let me see. So the holder, and then rotate it 90 degrees. Let's see that. And then let me not forget to add that. Okay, yeah, that would be correct. Okay, so I give 90 degrees there. Okay, so that's done. Next step is make it clickable. So when it's not a building, is it? That's a building. Building click, yeah, that's the one. It handles the interior structures as well, but it have to have a entry here, and there isn't. The charger pack is the last, so I have to add in a repair pod, and then I just select the same event, which was that event. So I have that event, and then I have the repair pod in. So I'm able to click, and now that still will not create the object. For that, I have the furniture manager, which is actually responsible of generating objects, and that one have to know which object to generate and where to put it. So if this is a repair pod, I don't want to see it. So is in construction. So this is the in construction one, and then this is a constructed one, and then also let me just duplicate it, and let's make a place, because I like to keep them organized, even if I just creating objects. And this is Robo Repair in construction and build. So if I go back now to the furniture manager, then I have to make sure they were placed in these folders. And the power usage probably for this one is 1, or yeah, it will have a well, a charger pod not, because it will have a specific mechanics. It will charge up itself from the available extra power, and then use that power which is stored in lookup. It has its own battery, while the repair pod not. It just pulls 1 power. That's probably fair enough. I don't think any other ones. Only the foundry pulling 2. Yeah, I think 1 power is fine for the repair pod. Okay. And then I have to make sure there is a construction data for it, so I know what kind of parts I need. So if I add the new one in, and sometimes this happens, the new element is not showing up. So the furniture, it's none. Actually, that should be none as well, but that's not really breaking anything. But I introduced the none recently, so it's repair pod. And what we need for that? We need a carbon fiber, let's say, and then shall we add 2 electronics or a computer chip and electronics, because this should be expensive. Is this mid? It's more mid tier, so maybe just 2 electronics or something, or maybe if I will have more arms, then it's multiple electronics. The player will need to actually then scramble to be able to build one, and because getting to level of making electronics takes a little while. But let's use like you need 2 electronics. The question is, when I'm starting, do I have 2 electronics available? I will check that in a second. Okay, so in theory, I will able to place it down. Okay, but that's not enough, because the prefab have to be set up as well. It will not build, because the prefab don't have the building mechanics added to it. So, well, I could be able to put it down. After that, we may breaks. Just showing you. Not much coding at the moment.
Commander, Welcome to
Ah,
Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this
we get there
rather
too.
cozy inferno. Shall we begin?
Let them build it. So I have to rotate that too and elevate it as well. But it's placing it down, so I'm able to place it down. Okay, let's make it completely buildable. So this one, I will also create a new empty and call it robo repair holder. I place the whole thing, and then I set it 0.4, and then it was, I think, 90 degree, what we found correct. And then these ones don't need to have any elevation on them. Okay, so that would be correct, and then just set it up same. No, I don't want to update my printer. So it have to be default, it have to be entity, and it have to have a construction progress. So let's just copy these over. Should make a template of this, especially for the building, the built version, because that has a lot more elements. Okay, so I have an entity. And then I need a stat controller, which codes all the statistics in case it's just a build. It's in construction. Okay, and that's enough because all those values are fine. And then what else I have to put in? Construction project. Oh, and I've built a build version as well. Okay, let's copy this over. How is this? Okay, so okay, this is the place where they're building it from, which in this case would be wrong, because I would prefer to have that here. Let's build it from, and the resource, where they put the resource is here. I changed this, actually, this colliders later to from capsule to box, but this okay, not really matters, but I need more than one, because at the moment this one need one. Oh, that's weird. That's the reason the another one don't need electronics. The robot charger. I found the bug. Okay, I finish this and then I go back and fix that one as well. So the people slot, I don't mind. It's shaped like a capsule, but the resource one, I'm sorry, I need to remove this and then add a proper box one. Box collider. And then the height should be, or I think it's 0. Sorry, it's just an alarm going off. Okay, something like that. That's probably way too big still, but at least I see better where those resources go. Okay, so, and I need, what I said, it needs 3 resources, 2 electronics and so, and 1 carbon fiber, right? And then they would place it okay. Let's just go up. No. Okay, thank you. So all of them are on the same spot. So 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 somewhere there. I don't want them to be, you know, look very organized. It's just they just drop it down somewhere, you know. Don't know. Let me see. Yeah, whatever. And then here I have to make sure I have all the 3 in. Oh yeah, and I have to make sure the type. So it expects 1 no, not nanotubes. Carbon fiber, and then the next 2 needs electronics, right? And now it's still not that, because then it has the right slots, but we have to trigger a request to fill those all up. And at the moment there is only 2 elements in this construction contract. One of them bring 1 to slot 1, or the first resource slot, and then they are actually numbered. It's better if it's 0, 1, 0, 1, 2 numbered, because then it aligns with the index number and it's easier to see what's going on. So it's now 0, 1, 2, which is element 0, 1, 2. It's just easier to see if anything. So now I take this first element. There is 2. Oh, yeah, okay. 3 steps for this. First, deliver, please, the find and deliver a resource, then construct the building, and then use up all the resource what was attached to this. Use all resources type. So that's the 3 steps in my job or contract system. I have to scroll it up higher so you see. So, but now we will have 3 resources. So I need to do in step 1. This is step 1. You can see that here. I have to have more than 1 because this is step 2 when we are actually constructing, and that means I need to, if I duplicate this array element twice, and then it's still a delivery, but I deliver to slot 1, and then deliver to slot 2, right? Okay, so first, and it's still the step 1, so in the code that shows that first all these 3 have to be true, and then go to the next step, which is build the building. And also I've realized there is on the robot charger, I also missing a second step, while originally you need 2 items to construct it, and this moment it's only will need 1, because the construction missing the second slot. And again, so let's say they drop it there and there, the 2, and then I can add in the second one. Oh, I named it 2 instead of 1. So the construction project now, if I duplicate the array element there, and then I say, please do it in the indexed, the element 1. Now, I'm pretty sure I will have not enough to build both of those. So let's check our resource spawning. This is what spawns the starting resources. And how many electronics we have? Only 1. To be able to build both of them, let's set it now for 3. I hope I have enough slots to do that. Or spawning points. If not, then I have to add a couple of more. But okay. Cool.
Hello, Commander. Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno. Shall we begin?
And let me remove this so I can see better. I've made now the resources had a symbol on the side as well, so it's easier to see what's going on. Yeah, I have 1 electronics here. It's possible we didn't have enough slots. Yeah, I only see 1 electronics. Okay, let's just adjust this because so it's 20, 26, 29. You can see this, and then 24 plastics. Okay. What about I lower the plastics to 22 for now? It's anyway very easy to make with when you have the robots only.
Hello, Commander. Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno. Shall we begin?
One. I see computer chips. No, there is another one. Okay, there is more than one. So let's build first this. And then I built first the one what we are curious of. The repair pod. And just to keep them busy, I built another. Yeah, they brought all the 3. They brought all the 3. He's not pacing. Okay, there is some pacing issue there. Oh. No, worked. But it's rotated wrong. Other than it worked, okay. So I'm able to build it, and it looks like it's a bit too small. Yeah, definitely too small. Okay. So worked, but rotate and it's small. So let's revise the size of it. So on this one, the robot charger is 1.3. I think because this is the same kind of model. Robo Repair. Okay, I have to create a holder for it. And then I just zero them out. And then I will place them into the holder. The holder is resetted, good. And then I place them in, and then I can do the 0.4, and then I think it was 90 degree. I can, and then also I can set this 1.3, and then I can nicely rescale everything, and then I should do the same. Oh wait, yeah, 90 degree, it was correct. Okay, so on this one I have to rescale this to 1.3 as well, and then same on the mouse version of this. So we can see the right size. Okay, so now the same how the robot charger, I have a lot of other things here, like stats, entity, colliders, highlighters, and there is a charge controller. I need a repair controller, and I removed the colliders. I had some issues with it. I had some issues there. They couldn't walk on it. They got stuck and stuff. So I removed it temporarily. But that's something what I would like to actually add back. Okay. So first I have to change it to furniture, add the entity over to make this completely work and able to repair. So it's furniture, no, only this one. So, and then I need a stat controller for it. Powered working, yes. Oh, I should actually start to add the working. There is a button to turn things on and off, which is good when you are low power. There is not enough power and you want to save some. You can turn off all the non-vital stuff, which is not in the game yet. The button is there, but just not doing anything at the moment. And then I need a capsule collider. That one is so you're able to click it. Let's set the okay. So you can click it or select it. Maybe I have to make it a bit bigger, but I will see. What else in it? Oh yeah, the highlighter. There is an effect of when you select something, then it's highlighted. And it has two parts. One of them. What? One of them is just the highlight effect, which is come from a plugin, but I'm using this one. It's has all the settings and stuff. and the another one is just my code, which is triggering this by a game event. Really? I call it the activator, highlight activator. Okay, so now there is a highlight activator done. Okay, and then what else on this one? Oh, there is a furniture build. This is a collider, which is blocks. You can't click to build down, or there's something there because that slot is already taken. And then probably I need tutorial sender as well. Okay, I need all these. The tutorial sender is interesting. So the tutorial system, you can send events with for it when you build something, and it records it. Because the idea is not necessary, like what happens if you build something earlier than the tutorial tell you? Then the tutorial will be broken because it's not detect. You already built a dome, but it says, oh, I'm waiting for your dome being done. So this, the idea of this tutorial sender, it sends an ID, which says, 101, and then the tutorial, when it knows, it expects to have this amount. But because this is sends it asynchronously, it's recognize all the values sent and count them. And if already you built 2 domes before the tutorial tell you to build 2 domes, then it just looks it up. Is there enough built at this moment? And then let's keep checking it. So if you built it already, it already knows it. Yeah, which helped a lot to not have issues when people are skipping stuff and or build something before the tutorial tell them. Either I could have logged them and they only can build what the tutorial says to them, but I didn't want it to have a very, very strict way to control the early game. So I opted for that. It's actually smart and recognize you already built it. So it skips to the next step. Okay, so this charger controller, of course, the furniture build is easy. That's just blocks. You put something on top of it. The tutorial sender, I just changed the ID on it right now. We're not using it because I have to rewrite the tutorial, but it will use that value when it says, oh, build the charge pad or repair pad. Okay, so I call this charge controller, but this will be a repair controller. And then this will be a repair point. So it should be probably somewhere there. Yeah. On top of it. And then it's just configuration. So I have a thing called furniture subnodes. It's a furniture type. So the entity ID is set at creation. And the type should be repair. I already created that. And then it takes the repair point. So it will advertise itself for in these furniture subnodes. It has repair nodes, charge nodes, food, water, fun, rest, like a bed. It's a resting spot. Water, fun. I don't have any, but TV stations. I don't know, book corner, whatever I will add to the game. It can be a fun node, so the people can go there and and select one. And maybe I want to add some of the people who have priorities, so they prefer more to read a book than, I don't know, watch TV. So there I can fine tune that a bit later. And that should be it. Now this should actually work and repair the robot. In theory. Okay, let's see. I will have enough. I will make a robot. I grab one of the robots and I lower these values, so they will go into state where they need repair, and then we see if it's happens or not.
Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper.
Optimus Prime, yeah.
Shall we begin?
It's randomizing the names, and it's used kind of a first and a last name. And it's rare when I actually get the Optimus Prime. Okay. Sorry. Just funny. Slightly amusing. Okay, so I build that. I actually can just remove the top of the domes, and then without destroying. Okay, there is 3 electronics, so I can have both charging and repairing going. Okay, let's try. Let's build a bit. Actually, a functioning base. And then I add a repair and the charging pod. Oh, the charging was still under a little bit too low, but it's correct here. This is there is a little shadow under it. I have to fine tune that position. Okay. This one is actually expensive if you need electronics now for it. Now, okay. Now let's take a robot and lower its values so it needs charge and repair. Okay, let's take one which is not doing much, that engineer robot. And then if I select it and then I go to its stats, and I think power, so what is the, so 480. So if I go 490, then in 10 seconds that robot will go and charge itself. That one, see, it went in yellow and it's had the little thing on over the head and then went there and charged itself. Amazing. Okay, now take the same robot, and is that the structural integrity? Temperature, I think it's the health, and the health is not going down. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I probably modified that so they're not breaking. Okay, that's interesting. I have somewhere something setting this. Oh yeah, there is a health controller. Okay, maybe it's actually the structural integrity what I have to change. Yeah, health is The health shouldn't grow on a robot, it just should lower. But let's try this one. So 450. Okay, let's see if that... Oh yeah, that's health. But that's probably the wrong value. Obviously, I don't remember what I set up. So I will check it in a second. We may need to rearrange this because it was not tested. I just set it up without. And then, yes, that's structural integrity. Yeah, that's the correct value. That's actually the correct value because the health is something that goes down forever until the robot breaks. But I turned that off. That's the reason I set it originally +1. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's go and charge, repair, get, and the health bar is the wrong one because that's the wrong. It should show the repair one instead of that one. Hi, real Dave. Dave. I can't pronounce that. How do you pronounce that? Hi, real Dave. That's my guess. I hope I did it correctly. So it doesn't look like my robot is actually go to the charging pad. Correct. All right. Then I'm happy. So it didn't. Okay, maybe it is actually the health. Maybe this two is mixed up. What kind of game are you making? So I'm building a city builder game on the clouds of Venus. So you are flying your city. You have to. This is a. I'm testing all the robots out. I have colonists and things, but they turned off at this moment because I'm working on the new robots that I'm adding to it. And technically, you have to make them survive because there is a habitable zone over 54 kilometers, which has Earth-like pressure and temperatures. At the moment, it's like 0 Celsius there and 0.36 atmosphere. But we are sinking into the atmosphere. You can go, so all the cloud system is volumetric and all the pressure and everything is calculated as well. So you can actually drop into the clouds. I can actually demo that. So if I make that lower, then I will start to drop. You see, it's maybe a 2-3 kilometer I'm away of the cloud. Yeah, I'm getting into the cloud layer. How I drop down, and so you have to manage the weight of the station, and also you have balance in the beginning, but later on you use things like vertical engines, but you have to power it, so you have to build up your power storage and so on. And because the winds are taking around you like every 2 days around the planet, so you, not 2 days, every 4 days, so you have about 2 Earth day daylight and then 2 Earth day nighttime. So solar panels will be not really reliable, and winds you cannot use really. Well, you could use some kind of kite power, but you can't really use because the wind is blowing you around. So at least before you add actually engines, and you will be able to navigate the whole planet technically. At least you can't go super deep because there is 80 times atmosphere and 400 Celsius down there, but you are able to navigate the upper part of the atmosphere. See, I'm nicely sinking into the cloud layer now. So there are specific things like this called the Stirling engine, which can generate power with heat difference. So you fill it up with gas, and how it's the things. Let me turn off the fog. I can do that in this version or the next version. The current demo cannot do that yet, but the next version will have that option to turn off the fog. So the Stirling engines are using heat difference to generate power, which on Earth would be hard, but here easily you can sink down and then the temperature goes up 80 degree difference or something like that, and then you can use that the difference of generate power. Right now it's not generating power because I just created it, but it's there is the inner temperature and the outer temperature, and if that hits this little line, red line, then it starts to spinning and then it starts to generate power. Wait, let's speed up the game a little bit, and then I sink down, and then you will be able to see when that hits in. Right now I'm actually working on this charger and repair pods for the robots, what you can build. I will just drop down so you can see the engine. Start. And when it hits the right temperature, then it will start to generate power. Of course, you can build a lot of other stuff here already, like batteries, and there is a lot of resource generation already up to electronics and computer chips. But you see now it's working because the temperature difference went up really high, and then it's generating a lot of power with that one. And that's really useful when you're under the cloud layer or yes, it's already on Steam, and that's when I went too deep and things exploded. I didn't even talk about balance. You have to actually, when you build, make sure everything is in balance. If it gets out of balance, then something like that happens. Things explode. Okay, so back to things. Yeah, yes, it's on Steam and it's called Venusville. The current demo is a little bit older. It's a month old. There will be a lot of new updates and fixes will be in it, which make it more stable. But it's already up there, so you can find it. Okay, so one of the thing is the icons. I have to check on the robots because I think it was showing the wrong icon when the structure integrity went down. So I have those icons. And then let's see which one is connected to one. How long have you been making the game for? I started last August. Well, I was working on my another game, Multiplication Mayhem, which came out last summer in August. But before that, I already was creating the concepts and pre-designs and things for it. But I actually sit down and started to code it from more or less from August. And yeah, so it's mid-June now. So 10 months now, or almost 10 months now. I'm planning to release it next March. That's actually breaking news, because I did not put that on the site. I think it still says end of or it just says 2015, but it will be March. Now I know. I got a publisher recently. It's just somebody who technically helps in marketing, not like a big deal. So that's it. So it's definitely something very exciting to work on. And I also will have yes, demo as well, a new version, the 2.0 coming out soon, but well, probably end of the month ish. No promises. But yeah, I'm progressing quite well to getting to, but I still have to add the part where you are navigating. Yeah, I'm able to move in the environment, so I set on different altitudes, and you have the sun is in different positions, so that's already working, but the map part is not there yet, just partially. So and the navigation part, when you are selecting, like, you have to build engines, of course, first, but after that you will be able to not just blown around by the wind, but stop on a spot, like in a sunny spot, and recharge your batteries, for example, or you go and then navigate around the planet, because there will be some stuff to explore. There will be storms to dodge. There will be different areas which is higher, because you're mining the atmosphere, higher in certain resources. So you can go there and then stock up with gases, because you can store a lot of gases, and you have gas storages, and then use that to manufacture stuff. So you will be able to do that, and there will be some anomalies to explore, new technologies and stuff like that you can find. There will be a little story there. Of course, it's more sandbox-like game, but there will be a little story layer in the when you do the exploration. Okay. So that's the structural integrity. Yeah, that's wrong. Repair and then charge and then temperature. I'm not. How much do you think the game will cost? I don't know yet. I asked my publisher what they think, and they said it's too early to say that. Will be not an expensive game. It's not a AAA game. I'm a solo dev, so I do my best to make it amazing. I'm doing my own models, like stuff like that, and all the buildings and everything, and I coded everything. So it will be not a. I don't want to say a price, but it will be not an expensive game though. It's an indie game, so. But I can survey you. How much you would pay for a game like that. Please let me know in the chat or in the comments. Okay, so where were I? Okay, so that's actually wrong, because that should be the halt. Oh no, okay. $15-20. Yes, that's most likely will be around there. I don't think it will be more expensive than $20. So, but hopefully it will create. I'll try to make it replayable a lot. So we'll see. I want to you able to start in different areas, like around the equator. It's the winds are not that crazy, maybe just 200 kilometer per hour, which is, I don't know if you are in imperial or metric, but something like I don't know, 120 miles per hour. While there is a band around 45 degree on the planet where it goes up to 350 kilometer per hour, which is would be well over 200 miles per hour. Those are rough areas. And then the poles are probably the hardest. Which is have a giant kind of storm which is pulling you into the middle, and of course there is not enough sunshine there. The sun is very low, and often could be completely dark for half year. So you have to really use non-solar power on that area. So those could be the different starting points on the planet, which will provide probably difficulty challenges. I'm not from Germany. I'm from Hungary originally. I did, however, very, very long time ago, when I first started to learn English, I learned it from Germans, which is possibly affected my accent. And then later on, I lived in Canada for a couple of years, which is give some French twist to it. So my accent is actually have layers in it. It's a complex one to guess. So that's the structural integrity. So that should be health technically, and then repair, because health is governs if the character dies or not. Okay, let's go into the this is the behavior tree for the robots at the moment. So, well, let me see. So the statistic what I'm looking for to be able to search for charge is power. So the power is low, it goes and try to find the charge points and get charged. If repair, okay, that's set to hunger. No, that's the reason it didn't go. And try to charge it or repair itself. Okay, so looking at on this, the repair image, and then I have the structural. Okay, which one is connected to what statistics? Oh, health controller. I think. Okay, so charge level and structural integrity. So structural integrity is the one which should be the repair button. And okay, this is messed up. And where are you from? Oh, Latvia. Nice. I guess from your name, you're also a developer, or maybe? Or so what kind of game you are working on at the moment? Okay, so health should go down slowly. Structural integrity is something that can be repaired. I originally wanted this the another way around. Yes, because yeah, health is okay. let's change this around because I have to fix this. So structural integrity, that's the overall health of the robot, not like humans. And the naming will be collide slightly, but well, I may separate this completely. So health is just the current state, which is repairable, and structural integrity is not repairable. Okay. I set it to -2 and I'll fine-tune it later anyway. Those numbers are not fine-tuned at the moment. Okay, so that's how it works, and then the icons are correct. At the moment, none. And what kind of games you are thinking to make them? Let me know in the chat, guys, what kind of games you are working or dreaming to work on. And you know that, don't start with your dream game. Normally, everybody says that online. Kind of true. Well, you have to have a game which you are actually interested in doing. Oh, Roblox. And I like football, so I'm thinking of making football-related game. That's actually cool. My daughter loves Roblox, and we was trying to make something small with it, with the Roblox studio, with her. But now she decided she wanted to learn Unity, so I started to teach her, getting her created her a mini course. She's 10 only, so it's all visual scripting and stuff. So, but what is cool, yeah. Roblox is really cool because the networking in it, because you already have a built-in multiplayer, which for Unity it would be really difficult, or any other Unreal Engine as well. If you want to make a multiplayer game, like you take the effort, how much you have to create the game, and triple it just by adding multiplayer to it. It's especially something like where you have action in it. You know, if it's round based maybe, or turn based, fine, but like a action like football or shooting game or anything else, that's really complicated. However, Roblox, it isn't. It's like part of it. It's built in. So in that way, it is cool. That part is really cool in it, in my own opinion, really. Okay, so we said that if the structural no. No, okay, which one? Okay, so yeah, here is the mapping. The structural integrity goes to the structural integrity image, which is the halt. Okay, then not the structural integrity need to depend on, but on the health. I made some games on Roblox when I was younger, but I was so bad. It's not about. It's a learning curve. I created some game ideas before often, and I never bring it to full completion. And then I learned that one of the important things that you learn the most if you bring it all the way. Doesn't matter, and they try it with a small game, and it's better if you do a couple of small games before, but try to create it completely. At least if you want to be not just making it for fun, but if you have a goal of maybe making games, create a couple of games and release it. Small games. And with each release, you learn so much. Uh, every every time, everything, especially in the last game, which I properly released, it was on Steam. Didn't make much money with it at all, but it was properly. I tried to advertise it, built it, went to festival with it, did all the things, and all that knowledge helped now to make this big game so much better than the previous one. I learned so much from the previous one. Now for this one I have the my publisher, and even if it's just a really small deal, really just helping me in marketing, already interacting with them, I learned again so much from the industry about certain standards and how you should do a demo. I realized the demo what I just released for it is need to be a lot more polished before I release a demo than before. But I have a lot of nice people who are giving me really amazing feedback on the demo. So I already improving it a lot, and the next one will be very, very, very stable and very, very nice. They give me the idea as well of or the demo and stuff need to have like a structure endpoint. So if you release a demo, it's not just you just play a game and then stop when you're bored, but it's actually have an endpoint, which is helps to build up interest for the full game later on. Things like that. It's all learning. I'm developer for over 20 plus years, mainly web, but worked really complex large sites and systems. So learning continuously is part of me. It's not really really an effort to do. It's just I sit down and learn something if I'm interested in it or I need it. Recently I just learned, like in my first game I used pre-made assets, but I made everything look like cartoony. So I retexture everything and put some shaders on. So I have a very a look which is look like they things belong together. I don't find the right word for that at the moment. But in this game, in the meantime I learned Blender, and I'm creating my own assets to it. I still use one or two assets which is pre-made, but I'm replacing them. I mean, like machines and things like that, because there is not exactly things exist for a Venus game. Most of the game is planet-based games, and it's just not possible to have the right thing. So I had to make many of that. So, and then I'm just learned that I learned like a half year ago, and now I can make robots and animate them, and recently animations. So continuously learning something new. Absolutely true when you do that. And and it's very interesting because you have to know so many different things. Either you have a team, or you need to do so many different aspects of it, from modeling to animating to I can't even touch music. I can edit videos, and because I'm doing the YouTubing and with that sound, but I can't create music. So yeah. But other than that, I'm quite okay now. I can create stuff like this. I'm able to animate it somewhat. But again, because this is a game where most of the time you are really far away from the characters. The animation don't need it's nice if you can zoom in and it's everything perfect and line, but it is fine if it's just like same way the details. I don't need to. I actually overdid it with the same with the animation and here I made little nice curves around the edges, and then I realized most of the time this is the way how you see the robot. I just wasting resources of the game, because if I not make that curving like that, then I save probably a few thousand triangles. So yeah, I learned it first when I created the plants, because colonists can grow the plants, and I made them really nice leaves and things like that, and the game come to standstill. It started to lag. No, it didn't come to standstill, but it started. I put a lot of those plants into the pots and things, and things started to lag. So I had to go down, and I realized I created like probably thousands of verticals per plant, and there is like each growing pod has something like 60 plants, and there is multiple growing pods as well in the game when you play. And every time when I scrolled and I got to the part where they growing the things, and things started to lag, and then all right, okay. So I had to go in and murder most of my triangles there to bring it down for just a handful of them. But it technically looks fine. I don't need it when I'm building robots, but I can show you. I think it looks absolutely great. So it's important to also know, just create what you actually need when you are building the game. Don't need to, like in a city builder, this is already looks great with my simple graphic kind of style. It's already, the feet is on the floor, but this kind of things I will fix. But I will just do quickly the pods to show you how they look like. So if I do some grow pods, I don't have animations on the robots, but I will have. It's just I don't have time yet to do that. Okay, so I can grow potatoes, onions, and wheat. Let me choose like wheat and onion on those. And it starts out fine, but originally even those potatoes, oh, it's floating. I have to align that. But the leaves are... Wait, I try to maximize this so you can see better. But the leaves are... Let me just make it grow quicker. So they are now maybe 2, 8, 16. So one leaf is like 16 verticals or faces. I don't know how many verticals, but like this, it's maybe not more than 100. While especially when it grows up, I'm trying to keep it steady. Sorry. So, and the same way, where is the wheat? I made these wheat pieces, these little things, originally curvy, and then it was each of them was hundreds, or I don't know, 80, 90 or even 100 verticals. And then, of course, when you grow this much, it just kills the game. So I had to take it down, and it's technically like 8 verticals or something like that. So it's, and then it's absolutely fine. I even tested on a laptop without any proper graphics card, and everything runs smooth. So I had to go and murder all the verticals there in order to make the game running fine. And I think it's fine. You don't need all those details in those cases. So yeah, that was where I learned to optimize right away. Okay, so back to the task at hand. So structural integrity. That's the main. That's the technically it's the same like for the humans are the health, and then this is the repair. I just should call it differently from humans, and then I think it would be easier. How do you know the minimum specs to put on Steam? That's a tough one. I kind of tried on a low-end machine what I have, and it's worked on that, so that was the minimum spec at the moment. It's possibly running under that as well, but I have very limited way to test this out. So I don't have any kind of, but because I'm using URP, the Universal Render Engine, that's technically can run on phones as well. It's unlikely anybody will run into problems. So it's more or less the idea is set to a level where low enough. So definitely people, even if they try anyway with a lower machine, they still not run into problems. So it's like, but my game don't have a high resource demand. At least at the moment, I did tested it to put a few hundred robots in or colonists in, and still things worked fine with a lot of buildings, but I did not properly stress test it yet. So that's coming. I need to do that. I have to put in, like, if a typical game on late game, you reach something like 300 people in it, working, moving around a large enough city which can actually support them. So if I test with 600 and it's fine, then I'm good. I know this is not sound like a proper testing, but of course people will push it to the edges. I can imagine then if I imagine people will have a, like, already to reach 300 people, you have to probably play with it for many days and keep building. I'm not mean 1 hour per day. I mean like 100 hours in it, or something like that. Well, you can grow quicker, but very easy to, like, it's easy to get a lot of people in, and then they starve to death because you didn't have enough food production for it or stuff like that. So always need to be balancedly growing, so you can react in time if the foods start to be short or something like that, or poor. You don't have enough power and you need more power generation and things like that. So you can't that rapidly grow in the game. It's not just because I wanted to limit it. It is just naturally how the game is built up. There will be limitations because that. Okay. So I feel like it would make more sense if I step away from health. Like I can keep the icon, but inside of the game, I'm not calling health the robot's health. I don't know. That's a dilemma. Okay, so health is the repair image, so that's what we have to able to get repaired and not structural integrity. Okay, so if I go to the behavior of this robot, then I have to make sure when it's not the structure, when the health is low, sorry, I'm trying to find health. First one, that's the reason. So when the health is low, then it's try to find a repair station and fix it, and then try to rotate towards it. Okay. And then wait there. Charging. Why would I just zero out? So it's just, maybe I will have some kind of special animation I don't have now. I'll do that later. And then it's charged up, and the amount is, I'm not sure how much I need to get charged when I'm charging. So let me just check its stats. Okay, so power is 14,000, but health is 30,000. So let's charge in up to 30,000. It's not, it can go over the maximum, so it's fine. Me setting that. And it's in the repair, and it releases the repair subtype. Okay. Okay, so that should be fine, and I probably have to do that change for the other robots, but let's test this down if this works how I imagined it should. Okay, so quickly.
Hello, Commander. Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno.
Of course, I'm not saying you should do everything on your game, like all the assets, but I'm trying to make the graphical assets myself of the UI and models, just to keep everything is the same style. But the cloud system, that's a well-known asset for create well, weather. I'm just using it another way around because I'm not looking it up, but I'm mostly flying in it and above it. But And there is some other functionality like that behavior tree designer. That one is also you can find in the Unity asset store. But these are usually just tools to create some functionality. Like I already wrote probably 10,000 lines or more to this game code. Easily. Okay, now let's take this guy. Where did he go? Okay, you. And then let's take your stats down. Okay, first the power, so I see. No, that's the wrong one I clicked on. This is the one. That's why I... Okay, so it should go and charge itself sooner or later. No, is it going? Yeah, it's went and it's charging itself and it's charged. Good. I will have an animation for charge and waiting longer and things like that, but that's already fine tuning. Okay, and now the health, right? Because structurally, okay, health is some reason. Why the health is going? Okay, I didn't change that. Health controller. It's set to -1, -2. Why the rate change is going to negative or positive? Okay. I have to adjust it on it. So no, it is a -1. So something updating this. All the three of them. Temperature is not. Where did I think it's just the health controller could be. But stat type health. Okay. So if it's not human, because it's a robot, is it set to yeah, set to robot. I think I don't need this because at humans, how is it works when they health or hunger and thirst and so on is affecting their health, while at a robot it's more straightforward. It's just lowering with time, or maybe there will be some modifiers if they're working outside or in high temperature or stuff like that. So that still could be a thing. Yes, I understand now. So this one is not make sense to do the halt here. Because this is a modifier or on the, so if the, yeah, these are modifiers. It's modifier to make halt go down quicker in case of if it's get you know, if a human is hungry, the health is lowering quicker. He's not healing. It's actually will go if multiple, they are tired, hungry, and then thirsty, then they health going down because that will give them these modifiers. So that's how it worked. That means I don't need this at this moment, so I will turn this off. But I need all the messages. Okay, and I probably need to, I still need, probably I will need this, but only for temperature at the moment. So if they are not charged, they have not going that quicker, or if they're not repaired, maybe if they're not repaired, that's causing them quicker to deteriorate if they are in red or something like that. But I'm not necessary do that. However, if they are in high pressure or high temperature environment, that could. At the moment I just measuring the temperature, not the pressure. But let's say if they are in the temperature is too high, it goes into yellow or red bars, then they deteriorate quicker. So I could do that with this this system, but I don't need it at the moment. I just need generally going down, because I think this is the one that overrides. I can show you how. But this is definitely what overrides my value over there. So it makes a summary. Yeah, so the health rate and it updates the health change rate with if it's anything is in red or black of the stats. It sets the health rate change, so it takes the original health rate. Yes, all other except health. So I can't put health in there. And then I have a default health rate. And then let's say if it's a -2 for thirst, that means if you are thirsty, then it goes down with -1. It just updates. This updates that value. That's the reason it was keep popping back up the one. So if now I
Hello, Commander. Welcome to
make that
Venusville,
robot.
the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno. Shall we begin?
Let's mind this atmosphere. Let's remove that. Yeah, no power. And so I build the charge pod and repair pod. that's the wrong one. I wanted a corridor there. And let them get all the resources in. Alright, so I have the 2 electronics and 1. It's built. Okay, so let's select again one of these engineer robots. BB8PO, the one. And let me see if I can cause it to need repairs. Of course I can. So, oh, that's a different one. This one. Yeah. R2PO, okay. So, if I change now, it's help or charge, it should go charging again. Try to lift this up so you can see as well. So this is the power level, and if I go 490, then in 10 seconds it goes into yellow. Oh, or it's already went in yellow. And then it should go and want to charge itself. At least when it's finished its behavior pattern. Try, yep, it's went charging itself and charged. So that worked, but that we expected to work. And now, if I put the health down to under 800, then it has a repair icon, so that's correct. I see the repair icon, and it should go to the repair pod to get repaired. Come on. Okay, it did not. So let me try to change its structural integrity. I'm curious if that's the problem. So 450. Okay, now its health is done. Oh, it's red already. Is it going to get repaired or no? If not, no, it's not want to do that. Okay, let's pause the game. Let's see what is this repair pod did. So Robo Repair Pod has a repair controller, which should post a repair. Okay, it didn't. Oh no, it's created. Here is the repair node, but it's not available for some reason. So if I tick it to be available, I have then will our robot go and get repaired? And this also didn't go to charge. Okay, let me see its behavior tree. So if I select him and we check what is it doing. So at the moment is loitering, which is just walking around. Let it go. It's going to the point. Okay, and waits there. And then went again. Okay, so why would that not? It says it's satisfied its power. I don't think so. It's in. Oh no, power is fine. Okay, and then this one is the health, which I expect to be that. Actually, it's the other way around, right? Okay, let me check. It's maybe the wrong. I'm looking for the wrong value here. It cannot be the health. Yeah, okay. So this should be the structural integrity, I think. I should rename these two because it's confusing with the humans, works differently. And then goes to repair station. Okay, so if I allow this to run again, there should be, should go finishing its, and then it loads again, but it here it could not find a repair station now, a free one. So let's go back to the repair station. So there is some issues there. Yeah, it's not available. So let's try that again. And then back to my robot. Oh, don't go. Stop. It's again couldn't book. So let's try to book the thing, but then fails. Oh, okay. I see problems there. Already. No, things not set up. I almost feel like I should actually introduce a new stat, so health is not the concept of health, which is not health, is not confusing, because right now it's confusing. Because on humans, they have a multiple stats, and the health is the what cause them dying or living. You can see that now in the right side. They have sleep, they have hunger, thirst, oxygen, fun, and temperature. Well, there is only 4 of them at the moment because 4 of them connected in. But the robots are technically 3 of them in use of the 4. Or, yeah, 3, because temperature is still not checked. So, I could change the, or health is health. Health should be general, and health should be health. And then structural integrity is for repairing, which is not make sense, no. If I just introduce a new one, the structural integrity is the health, and there is a repair, or I can keep it health and call it the structural integrity, whatever. Yeah, I think so. Then the best one, if I keep general and health for both robot or people are health, and then the robots has a thing called repair. And I'm not using structural integrity because so repair is repair image, and then this not structural integrity but simply health. Okay, so I would rewrite this and then add the new one in. So that means I need probably add the new item to the enum. Stat type separating, or I have to look for it. Tip: if you look for a enum, type M space in front of it, and then you right away you can find in the code. Not always, the click-through not always want to work. So I have all kind of, because it's all kind of stats. It's for buildings, for people and things, any kind of stats what we are track. Unfortunately, it would be nice to put in alphabet, but I did not do that. And if now I would change the order, that would things mess up, because how Unity tracks enums is by the number of the items. So if I change thirst and progress, then everywhere where I use this 2 value would be in the wrong order. So I really would want to organize this, but I can't. I can only add safely to the end if I don't want to debug it for half an hour anywhere where I used it, or I set it in the editor, because I could search for the code usage, but anywhere where I actually set it in the editor, I have to actually change it as well. So especially if I rearrange all of them, then I have to change it everywhere. So I just add it to there, and I call it repair. So robot will have the repair stat instead of structural integrity and health. We will have the repair, the own unique one, and then that makes things less messy at all. Okay, so if I go back to my robot. Oh, sorry, I missed your question. What is your favorite game? Well, I have many what I like. Lately, what I play the most, and I'm not sure I will pronounce it right, is Mechabellum. I did like usually strategic games, and very obviously, if you watch my game, what I'm working on, it's based on Planet Base. I don't know if you played with that game, but a lot of the core mechanics works the same like in Planet Base. However, there is a lot of extension on it, because your city is flying, you have to keep it in balance, and also mining gases instead of mining rocks and stuff like that. So, and also I will have the mechanics of exploring the planet and then finding, discover anomalies and stuff like that. So there is definitely built it on a giant's shoulder. But so I did love that game, actually. That's one of the reasons. It's more because how much I loved that game, and I more of how much I wanted to play more of it. But it was only 4 or 5 planets they had only, and all rocky planets only on that one. So you can pretty quickly could play all of them and then run out of things to do. I know they are creating a second one. I loved StarCraft for a long time, and all the similar Command and Conquer and all these things. I'm old, so I played all the games since Doom and before. Breakout was great. That was my first game I created as 12. I actually built a Breakout. I made what was the situation in my country? I'm from Hungary, but I mentioned that already. When I got my first computer, my parents bought me my first computer, and it was Atari 800 XL, and it came with 2 games in the box. And in my country, you could buy 2 books about how to program. And one of them is how to program with the BASIC, and another is about microprocessors of the same what the Atari 800 XL has. 600, it was the 6800 something microprocessor. Exactly the same microprocessor than the C64 had. However, all my friends had C64s. My parents didn't know which one to buy. They wanted to surprise me, and it was great. And actually, I thanking them. In that time, it was funny because I was 12. All my friends had hundreds of games. That time, copying floppy disk and stuff like that, or it's not even floppy disk. It actually was a magnetic tapes. that was a thing. Because you couldn't buy them. There was not you couldn't go into the shop and buy them. It was not possible. Even later on, there was a limited amount of currency, foreign currency, what you could have. So if you go to another country, you could have like a small amount you could exchange. So even buying in another country was very, very limited. Oh, whatever. So my friends had hundreds of games. I had 2. So I decided I make my own games, and I started to learn because I had the book how to code. So I wrote my first stuff on that, and then learned assembly as well. It was not assembly like today assembly, like you type commands. I actually had to type the numbers because I didn't have a assembly compiler. And there was some newspapers, magazines every month come out about some programming on C64 or Atari. So, and usually there was like just on Atari there was just a really small section, so it was hard to figure things out. But I built my first game, which was a breakout using basic and some assembly of some of the stuff, which had multiple levels and multiple rows to break, and you had to bounce the ball. But first, before I was able to bounce the ball, I ran into a big problem. As 12 years old, I had no idea about trigonometry. And if you want to know angles, and you have to use sinus and cosinus in able to calculate the angle of the ball, you need to understand that. So that was my mission. I got to a point when in the game I could not do that. So, and drawing circles, that was the another thing. Drawing circles. That was the main trigger, actually. I had to, one of the game, one of the thing what I tried to do is there is a randomizer when you drop down kind of half circles and offset them from the other half circles what you already dropped down, kind of like creating a random map. I did that another game where you have to land different places, and you had to make a randomized map. And one of the idea was you drop down these circles, and if it's reach another point when there is another pixel is already turned on, then it's on top of it, it stops. So you can how you randomly drop them, you can make kind of a terrain. It's 2D and very, very simple, especially nowadays to do. But again, you had to draw circles again, like the ball on the for the game as well. So I didn't know how to draw circles. I had to learn trigonometry. So my father had a friend who was an engineer and also had a computer, and also Atari. So I waited for the next time when there was like a families come together, and then I asked them if I could have learned about trigonometry, and he was gladly said yes, and I learned myself at it. I learned trigonometry as 12, at least the basic level of it. Now, right, back to coding, because I don't have much time left. I usually do it until 2 p.m. here. I'm in the UK, so that would be another 20 minutes I have. So I did at the repair, and health will become repair, the new repair, and this become health, and then everything back to normal. Okay, and that actually makes sense now. So I have health, repair, charge, temperature, and it's mirroring it. So now if I go to the robot, and the behavior tree of the robot, then it makes sense because I have to set the if the power low, yes, that's we know that works. If the not the health, the repair is low, then go a repair pod, find it, book it, animate on it for 2 seconds, and then your repair will go up. Okay, one more thing. If I go to the robot, I have to actually change the statistics. So it was health, power. Okay. This is the repair. And then this is the health. And okay. And I probably have to do this now on all the robots, otherwise it will break. So this is health. Oh, well, I don't need to do that everywhere. I just drop this over there to the and this has already the changed health and repair in it. It's a bit quicker to do. Because all of them are communicating with events mostly, then there is no problem there. And then this one as well. Cool. All right, and then I have to make sure all of them has actually the stats are named correctly. So this is repair, and then this one is a health, which is the first one. Okay, I don't know if I did the. I will check them all. Health. No, it should have to be repair. And then that's health. This one should be correct. Repair and health. And then only the worker robot left. Health. This is repair. And then there is one more aspect for it. Health. Okay. There is the UI where I have to do a small change to map this correctly. Okay, so I probably have to change the code here. Power is fine, and structural integrity only 3 places here. Okay, so because this is people details, this is not about building, so I can change it, and it should be repair, and then let's call it repair. Start repair We will change it on the UI as well. I want to keep things tidy. There is a couple of more places. So let's repair. I just don't want it to confuse me reader. Especially if I didn't touch this for a while and then I come back to it. I don't want it's messy. It's better to do that way. Okay. And then so structure in identity column becomes repair column, and then the name should start repair, and then the icon on top of it. I need to make a new icon with the wrench. Let's do that too. What's this? What this was called? City panel. No, that's probably wrong. Details panel, of course. I don't think I made actually the right icon yet. Okay, but I have a wrench somewhere. Okay, I do that later because I don't have much time. It should work now. It should show the right values. Should not be error, and also I should be able to charge the robots. Okay, cool. Food.
Hello, Commander. Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno. Shall we begin?
Is that something broken? They didn't even start to move. It shows them. I don't see errors. Okay, things stop working completely. Okay. Why this stuck? Why would this stuck? I broke the game. Okay, let's start with someone who is actually moving. So career robot. It's probably because I tossed this in. No, that's fine. That's just settings. Health controller. Yeah, definitely don't need these on. It was complaining about some stuff missing. Font missing. That's nothing. That's interesting. Why would not completely not moving? Ah, okay. I see a thing which is possibly not healthy. I'm not saying that's the reason, but turn it on, and I make sure it's set to repair. Because that could mess up things. I'm trying to use a unexisting stat. Okay. Because I don't have structural integrity anymore. Okay, let's... Damage animation controller, city crumble, overload manager, contractor. Okay, I have to change it here as well. This broke all the contractors. If the power how to repair is broken, then go. So that was one. Is there anywhere else? Oh, project controller. Yeah. Repair. Okay. And I don't have more. Building is fine because buildings has structural integrity. Repairing task, fixing the structural integrity. So that's not... I will have a separate task for robot repair. And then overload manager. Yes, that's calculates the city structure. And Stat type, structure integrity. Damage animation controller, that's fine. Okay, so everything should work again. Ah, there's error. Okay, somewhere else is repair. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I need both. I need to make one of these, which is so I can pass in a parameter, because this is start to be ridiculous. Let's check. No, this have to be actually the structural integrity. And only I probably don't need this. I comment this out, because I most likely I don't need this. I was mistaken. I need to do that on the contractor, but not on the project contractor, because the project contractor, this one is for the buildings. But the contractor one, yes, that was correct. No, I took this with true error. But okay. Now it's reached 3 hours of the stream. So let's see.
Hello, Commander. Welcome to Venusville,
if this works.
floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant.
Finally.
You survive and prosper in this rather
They're moving.
Inferno. Shall we begin?
They're delivering. And the engineer robot or construction robot coming. I'm building it. Entertaining the other robots, I will put a at least the delivery robots. Yeah, it's turned the wrong direction. It's I think I know why. There is a rotation script, but I think the object is pointing the wrong way. Okay, so R2X X34. That's an easy name. What I was thinking. Where are you? Here, right? No. Yeah, found you. And now let's see if that actually was wrong there. Now you need repair. Where you go repairing yourself? Okay. Is the repair pod actually sending? Has it available? Repair controller. Yeah, some reason it's not available, so let's make it available. Where you go now? Okay. Somebody booked it. Ah. Why this robot booked it? Okay. It's possible everybody had the... No. Everybody else trying to booking it because that value was wrong. So if I... Right now he went. And he charged. So it's fine. I just have a problem with the value set wrongly, the green band on the robot. I found it. I found it. I found it. So what happens is I have 3000 the max value, but the green range is just 800, goes until 800 instead of 3000. That would break it because it's waiting for getting in and out of the green band to yellow band and so on. And then the other bands are correct, so that's fine. Okay, then it's most likely all robots has the same one because, yeah, the max was not changed to 3000 when I add more. And then max is 3000, right? Okay, and now it will work.
Hello, Commander. Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno.
I will
Shall
do
we
a proper
begin?
build now. Okay. I can't put that here yet. I don't need this. And I don't need water. But I will need plastics. Okay. Alright. Can you please build those? And then 2 plastic. And here we put the charge. 1 charge pod and 1 repair pod. Okay. It's just 2 plastics. Oh, okay. One of them should be electronics. Okay, that's settings. Okay, and this one need a plastic. Should have enough plastics. I have 5 more. Yeah, I ran out of plastics. No, there is a couple of them there. Okay, so I don't have information on it yet. 2 tips. Did I stuck without? Okay, let's switch this over. It's a bit broken, but it's not creating plastic now anymore, but sulfur powder, and then from that one you can make sulfur-based plastics. Okay, let's speed it up because this takes forever. I think this is only missing 1 plastic in theory. Yeah, they build it. Okay, so we can run the test. So if I take any robot, and the useless ones at the moment are the engineer robot, because I don't have any engineering needed machines built. So where is it? It's here. And that's the R2PO, yeah. And then let's alter some of its stats. So it's get need repairs and stuff. Okay, let me scroll that up so you guys see it as well. So 800. Ah, I misclicked. Where is it? Where did it go? Ah, here. So. Okay. Let's put this charge down as well to turn off the fog. No? Okay, it's seeking repair. And it came to repair. Done. And after that it's loitering a little bit. Oh. No, the repair. Okay. Are we doing the repair as well? Oh no, it's still this pod not giving me signal. It's available, looks like. Somebody booked it. I have to check why that would be, because it's not available for some reason. And right away somebody booked it. Would be also useful to see who booked it. Yeah, the same situation. Oh, no. Okay, who is booking it? It's keep get booked. Oh, okay. I have a feeling I didn't do the changes on the other robots, because if you remember, there was a problem. This was set to hunger. This is correct, but if I go for the another robots, it will be not. It will be still set to hunger. That's the reason it's booking it, but can get satisfied with it. So repair. Yeah, well, repair. Okay, so that's correct, and this was correct, I think. But double check it if repair. Okay, and then for this robot, repair. I think it's have to be like 3000 also. And then yeah, it's not hunger, it's repair. And then 3000 to push it up to max. And then I just check back to the red robot, because I didn't set the value up to, yeah. Yeah, that's need to be 3000. Okay. Now, they will do it.
Hello, Commander. Welcome to Venusville, the first floating city in the clouds of Venus. I am your AI assistant, here to help you survive and prosper in this rather cozy inferno. Shall we begin?
I need to indicate which way is the front of the platform. Which I'm not doing yet. So I will see now if it's when it's built. Yeah, that's I have to change that because one of them it should be not even plastic, a carbon fiber and electronics. Maybe even a chemical for them. Oh, fine. Yeah, I think this needs to be rotated. It's traveling the wrong way around. Or at least it rotated the wrong way around. And the animation needs to be longer. Because it finishes before the pod finishes. Well, there is a lot of animation things, but I have to add. Okay. BB8X33 or what? 34. Where is it? Okay. So let's see its stats. Okay, let's go right away to repair because it's getting late. Okay. So it's been done. I need the repair icon there. Then it's coming and went to the repair pod. Yes. And repaired itself. It's done. It works. I have things to smooth out, icons to replace and stuff, but it is working. Okay. So I have both charging and repair pod working. Let's just lower its charge. And then we can just watch in the background of it's repairing itself. So yes, I have the two fundamental things to it in the game. Well, need textures, need things, but they're functional. Need some colliders, so it goes on top of it. Animation, so it's walk. But it's the robots are technically playable now with this. Even if it's pure robotic session, I don't need now the humans, so I can do a robotic platform like this. Like the one what I'm planning for the prologue, which is coming sooner than the game. Probably end of summer. Obviously, I don't have an estimate on it yet. And yes, so the next bit is actually you will need to be able to build robots and all the infrastructure behind that, because I need the normal robots will use just computer chips, which you already can create in the game. I just need to make the robot assembler into the game, so both engineers and engineer robots will be able to build another robots, basic robots, which is the weird one. The specific robots, which with the legs, they are AI-driven robots in the game. So you will need a specific AI chips to get. For that one, you will need some specific resource. That's where the buildings, like the new building, like the gas combiner, come into place. Yes, this one. Gas combiner, which will able to split and merge gases, and from that one, you will have a new option to create a symptom matrix or something like that. I call it. and also fertilizer to build the tree. And it's not functional yet, but you can already see how does it look like when you already have animation on it when it's get built. So that will be the gas processor. We have the gas atmosphere processor, and this is a gas processor. And here it's not working yet. You will have different options of gases actually to produce special gases which you need to create, for example, AI chips. There will be some steps in there, but that's the idea. Because robots are quite mid and late game stuff. So, but you will able to try them out earlier. That's the reason I'm creating the prologue. And for the prologue, you will have a non-human robot mission to do. So you will have a platform with robots only. Of course, I think that's it for today. I already did over 3 hours. So guys, thank you for watching, and then the same time next week. Okay, bye.